Huntington's disease Todd here. Hey, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm going to try to get through this video quicker today and be more on point. Good luck with that. First off, the good. When you find out you have Huntington's disease, it's actually bad news. It's actually a bad, process. But, we can grow through bad news. We can grow through trials in life. So, the good part of finding out about Huntington's is you can face it head on. You can start making life choices and doing things that, other people might not do. I've always said that before, that even though, I was struck in my mid-50s to not be able to work, I still found out early enough that I was able to get things in order and do things that a responsible person would do. As we get older, we become less responsible with Huntington's disease. That's just how it is. Now, so the good part of this is, sometimes terrible situations can make us better or bitter. I think that's a term they used to use. Obviously, there's a lot of things about Huntington's disease that are very bitter. They're very hard to swallow, and they're very, challenging. But the good way to look at it is it gives you a chance, if you find out, to go ahead and start making plans for the future. So then what's the bad? Well, the bad is that you got to start making life changes. You got to start living life different. I said something the other day, and I'll say it now. You can have everything, or you can have some things. And that's the difference there. You can have everything you want, but you can put on credit. You can get the fancy things, the cars, all that. I did all that stuff. I sure did. I don't know now if I could, back with the way my brain is now, I don't have those same luxury desires as I did. But just go with me for a minute here. If you start, I'm calling this the bad part of this. The bad part of this is you got to stop, spending money on things and start preparing for the future of what you might not be able to earn then. So that is kind of bad, but it might make you start having some different habits. So the thought process with the everything or some things is you can have all the trinkets and you can have all the stuff, or you can really concentrate on what's important, like keeping your house, like getting prepared for, the financial future, like putting things away. My wife and I both, we've driven used cars for a long, long time. I currently have a 2005, I believe it is, that I drive. She got a little bit newer car because she was working, but all of our vehicles are paid off. Also, and this is a hallelujah, but we were able to, get to the point where our home was paid for. Now, I don't want to go through anybody's financial situation, but what I decided so I got through the part of the realization that I had Huntington's and I had to deal with it. And then I went through the second part of it, which was figuring out, how to turn bad, take the bad part of it and do something productive with it. So I started doing things like paying things off. So you can have everything you want, or you can just have some things. And Wendy and I chose to have some things. We wanted our house. We weren't overly concerned about cars, but we did, want to put some money away so that she would be okay. We wanted to do some savings things for the kids and grandkids, all those things. We wanted to help our kids get into some places to live. All those things that we concentrated on. It's hard when you're in your 50s to do that, because when you're in your 50s, that's when you have that midlife crisis, and that's when you really want to spend. I'm telling you, it was hard for me, but on the same token, I started losing some of my desires for stuff, and I became more focused on, the end of the whole process. Oh, and then the ugly. I'm going to tie this into the bad, because the bad and the ugly are a little bit the same. But the ugly part of it is you've got to start, curtailing what you put your priorities on. The ugly part of Huntington's is that you start concentrating more on the things of today, in the future, than the things that you could have immediately the gratification from. But, even in ugly, they had the ugly duckling, right? And it turned out to be a beautiful swan. We'll turn out to be a beautiful swan someday. It ain't going to happen overnight. So the ugly part of this is that you have to make those lifestyle changes if you want to have an opportunity in the future. Now, so this is really for the younger people that might want to find out about Huntington's disease. This is for the people that, have been going back and forth. Finding out, you have to face it. The good part is you can face it. The bad part is you have to start living life differently. And the ugly part is you have to make sacrifices that other people might not make. Making those sacrifices, though, can grow you in other areas. Sacrificing things can sometimes make you grow in family and in the relationships and in love and all of those things. Hey, this is Huntington's disease Todd. I forgot to mention it already in the middle about going to my page and subscribing. But this is our video. And have a good day, and come to Huntington's disease Todd and subscribe.